Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm Sign1News anchor Jaydeep Gore. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. "42-year-old David DePape, the man accused of attacking Paul Pelosi, husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, was charged today, Monday, in a San Francisco courtroom. He's accused of breaking into the Pelosi home in San Francisco on Friday. He's accused of fracturing Paul Pelosi's skull with a hammer and injuring his arm and hands. Pelosi is still in the hospital, but he is expected to make a full recovery. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the alleged attack has left her family heartbroken and traumatized. In his first weekend as owner of Twitter, Elon Musk caused a stir when he tweeted a link to an article that made numerous false claims about the Paul Pelosi attack. The tweet involved a fringe anti-LGBTQ conspiracy theory. Musk deleted the tweet a few hours later, but it had already been retweeted about 30,000 times. Musk calls himself the Chief Twit and has 112 million followers. His questionable tweet about Pelosi is now causing concern about how the world's richest man will run Twitter. The U.S. State Department reports that 2 U.S. citizens were killed in the horrific Seoul, Korea crowd surge incident over the weekend. One of them is identified as Ann Gieske, a University of Kentucky nursing student. The other is Stephen Blessey, a student at Kennesaw State University in Georgia. Both have been studying abroad in Seoul. On Saturday night, officials say tens of thousands of partygoers had gathered for a Halloween celebration. But many of them were crushed when partygoers packed tightly into narrow streets. At least 154 people died, but officials expect the death toll to rise as they sort through the scene. The CDC says flu season has started up early across the U.S. and flu hospitalizations are worse than usual for this time of year. It's been more than a decade since flu hospitalization rates have been this high at this point in the season. According to the CDC, there have been at least 880,000 illnesses, nearly 7,000 hospitalizations, and 390 deaths from flu in the U.S. so far this season. CDC data also shows flu activity is highest in the South, particularly in the Gulf Coast area including Houston and New Orleans. That's why health experts say now is the time to get your flu shot. Here's a quick look at the top 5 movies in theaters this weekend. Halloween Ends made $3.8 million, falling to 5th place. Smile took 4th place with $5.1 million in ticket sales. Pray for the Devil opened in 3rd place with $7 million. The romantic comedy Ticket to Paradise took 2nd place for the 2nd straight weekend, earning $10 million. Dwayne Johnson's comic book movie, Black Adam, dropped nearly 60% in ticket sales. But the $27.7 million was enough to keep the movie at number 1 in the box office. One lucky lottery player could be in for a very big treat tonight, Halloween night. No one won Saturday night's Powerball jackpot. So the jackpot has grown to a staggering $1 billion. It's only the 2nd time in Powerball's 30-year history that the jackpot has hit $1 billion. The biggest of all time was $1.586 billion in January 2016. The next drawing is tonight, Monday, at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Good luck. And finally, take a look at this amazing Halloween costume. Die-hard hockey fan DJ Oding built an Edmonton Oilers-themed Zamboni costume to go over his 5-year-old son Easton's wheelchair. It took him 5 hours to build, but he says it was a labor of love. DJ says his son is nonverbal and can't walk, but they bonded during the Oilers' playoff run this year. The National Hockey League has declared it the costume of the year. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.